That's better. Right. Okay. Sorry about the last stream ending suddenly. This was due to some kind of connection error, I think, on the internet, but I'm not sure. As I say, I suspect algorithm interference on that one, but never mind. Never mind. It's just the way it is, right? Check everything's up and running now. Okay. Right. Okay, I think that's working. So, yeah, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. Going to be running a bit more of this, and just slow my mouse down. Not that slow. That's better. Right. Hopefully that stabilizes the camera viewpoint for you guys a bit. Going to be honest, I'm still not feeling so well, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm a bit more practical than I was. So get myself square to the screen. Yeah, the camera's offset because there's nowhere in front of the screen to put it, I'm afraid. One of these days I'll get around to actually building myself a gaming chair and a station and all of that kind of thing that you see in all of the more professionally made videos on channels that aren't just me on my own, whilst desperately trying to have a normal human life. You know, everybody's got responsibilities and you have to live up to them. Likewise, whilst it's certain things in life, it's nice to have certain attitudes and that kind of thing, but you have to face up to the realism of certain situations and your personal accountability in them. And sometimes a lot of people appear to be having a bit of an issue with that one currently in the world, judging by things that keep going on. Managed to watch the news today without getting excessively angry. The joy of not having your system full of chemicals that irritate you. It's brilliant. You know, I'm coming out of it now. I feel a lot better. So, yeah, I still look rough and I will for 2 or 3 days. There was times that it was hilarious. I'd go into work and these guys know me quite well. We've spent the weekend sort of like Sundays, we'd see each other at an event. And then I'd come in on the Monday and they'd be like, what the hell? You look terrible. You looked fine yesterday. What did you do last night? You know? And I was like, I went home from Airsoft. I had a bath and a shower. I had dinner and I went to bed. Come on. And they sort of look at me and go, yeah, we were there at the Airsoft. You look fine. What the hell? And it would be because I've eaten something that made me ill. And as my mate said, it was like, you look like you spent the weekend at a festival drinking and doing things you shouldn't. And I was like, yeah, I know. This is ridiculous. I've been to the docs, man. They just say I'm depressed. I was like, yeah, it's all fun and games. But yeah, out of all wise, we're just mining and grinding, which is why I'm having problems finding stuff to talk about, really. Like, so, I'm going to try and talk less. I need to learn some self-control. Once I do that, maybe I'll have a chance of quitting smoking. My last bad habit. If I can say goodbye to the cigarettes, I am all good. It's a challenge because I can't use like the patches or the sprays or anything, so it's all got to be willpower. And I really, it's not that I don't have any, I just need to learn how to exercise it and use it better. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. At least it's not drinking. I can still walk in a straight line after I've had a cigarette. And since I don't do it in public and I don't do it around children, and I sit in a closed environment outside, so most of the smoke's trapped in with me, and then I'll leave so I don't breathe it passively afterwards. I think I'm doing it in as healthy a way as possible. If self-destruction can be healthy. But yeah, gotta love it. As far as bad habits go, it's pretty innocent the way I do it. There's definitely worse habits to have. I'll say that. There's a lot of stuff out there that's evil, just plain evil. So yeah, I'm going to carry on doing this, obviously, and try not to waste too much using the dumper, but it does appear to be quite wasteful. Might go with the conveyored mine. Let me know in the comments what you think, whether I should start running conveyors down the hill and move production down the hill and spread it out a bit more, because it does take a little while. You need a lot of crafting tables if you're going to convert a lot of gold, for example. I mean, I'm not actually hitting that much pay dirt at this end of this, but at some point I will be. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. There's a little project for the filming. I'm going to expand this hopper a little bit for dumper operations, because it's being a bit pathetic in its operation, because I want to even out the way that material goes into the production plant, and I don't think what we've got here is going to do it. So just trying to work out the best way of tipping into it and keeping things even. Yeah, we'll do it this way. So yeah, construction wise, I'm pretty simplistic about it, I'm afraid. One might say a brutal design idea system, but yeah, well, we'll just get some of them back into the fray, and we'll get some of them back into the fray just for fun. Right. So yeah, definitely going to need a row of these over here. And just thinking about putting some of these, just to see whether I can get rid of that annoying line by mounting them on the... No. Okay. That is frustrating. Awkward. Highly awkward. Okay. So now I want some more flooring over here so that I can bring the dumper in forwards, make the turn and dump in like that. Gosh, chewing my thoughts like a dog with a toffee. But I think this might be the best way of doing business. It's going to be a bit slower, but probably worthwhile. So when dumping, I'm just going to have to remember to do it like in alternates on either side to keep things even, I think. Just for the moment, the new designer hopper is something I'm going to have to think about. As you can see, due to the turning circle on the vehicles, it's I just need more room. I'm trying to do too much with too big a vehicle in too small a space. And that's the thing here with this game, is it's going to take you a bit of time to open up enough of an area to actually sort of work with the vehicles. So this time if I go over here, I won't be driving in that stupid pothole. It's better. Don't know why having all the controls up on the side of the screen was making me tense up. Weird. But yeah, there's multiple HUD modes now. There's been the Friday news update from the devs. It's all to the good. All to the good. Still liking the look of the development plan, liking the look of the railways, liking the look of the drag lines. Glad they're in there. I really am. Making a bit of an effort to try and stay more positive, unfortunately. It shouldn't be an effort, you know, but still fighting the effects of onions. Dangerous things, not just bad for dogs, you know. Can't get it off of my mind because of the massive headache that's sat on the front of my forehead, but at least it's not all over now. And as for being on cam to keep the channel open, well, yeah, I never wanted to be a famous face, but obviously I'm going to be, so I'm going to have to get used to it. So my idea for the subscriber only channel is, one, maintain a bit of my personal privacy on the cam so that I can not worry so much about my personal presentation. If I look a mess, it doesn't matter. I'll still be on cam. It's my subscribers. You're like my crew, you know. And for the general stuff, I was going to use the video format rather than live stream format, just to keep the videos separate in the YouTube headings, and basically to provide a bit of payback to you guys for subscribing, really. In no way is it some kind of prelude to monetization or anything like that, and I don't think I'll ever get that far, to be honest. But I've got to start organizing things a bit better for my public, because you guys are out there. There's 50 views on the last streaming I did, and then this morning's streaming already had viewers. So I should really check that there aren't any messages there too, you know. So yeah, thank you all again, guys, because it all makes it worth it. It all makes it worth it. Oh, I really do look like a Lego man today. Yeah, I apologize. I'm like Sunday morning fresh today because I just had 2 days in a day that of rage doing housework and stuff. Like I went for it, and yeah, this is Sunday morning, and I did too much. But yeah, okay, we've got one person in the stream, so I'm not sat here talking to myself. It's all good. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here, or women, whatever. I come across sometimes as a bit anti-feminine, and it's just experience, I'm afraid. I'm not as bad as I make out. I would actually welcome some more female subscribers and viewers, because currently on the analytics side of things, it's 100% male. This is like a man-only channel. And I was saying to my friend last night, it seemed like other guys are seeking other guys, like we're back in the days of the samurai or something. It's quite funny. I've seen it in myself. Certain males on YouTube I follow just because I find the masculine company very reassuring. I don't think it means anything other than the fact that I should probably go to the pub more often. Maybe I should become a member of my local working men's club or something, because that's a very varied environment. It's obviously not a man-only club. There's plenty of ladies up there. Some of them are really good at some things as well, like darts and pool. I enjoy a good game of darts and pool, and got to be honest, playing a mixed game with the ladies in those, it's a very equalizing sport. It's the joy of it. And you can really enjoy a game against someone who plays very differently to like a bloke. It really is a great way to get some variety into your play. That's something I was going to have a look at. Just going into the purchasing screen and having a little look in the equipment, because there used to be a... Is it still in here? Sorry, I'm just going through all the bits looking for a certain thing. Yeah, there is a pressure washer, and there it is. Okay. Equip this to retrieve vehicles. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm actually going to have one. And so I've got this in the inventory. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but it's something I need to look into. I'll get around to it. Kind of ironic that sat there just slowly dropping its load. Yeah, so we need to be on this side this time. That's how we were going to do it, alternates. But yeah, do feed me back in the comments about the whole subscriber thing, or if you've just got an idea for what I'm doing here and you want to suggest it. Like, I'm no god at things. I'm open to suggestions. If I think it's a good idea, I'm going to run with it for you. Totally. I like to keep the strain on the computer down. This is for 2 reasons. 1, my computer's not a god. And 2, if we're playing multiplayer, a simpler setup is better. So long conveyors across the map is something I want to avoid. I kind of prefer to do it with a haul road and the biggest dumper truck, and sort of, you know, conveyor good stuff into a dump truck and take it around that way, you know. So yeah, now we've got this radio thing. I still don't think I could tab between vehicles. Okay. Maybe it has to be equipped on the vehicle. Maybe it's for other players to be able to do it. I need to look into that one. I really do. But you can obviously still use the map to beam into them. So yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. I just was curious as to what was going on with that now, because I remembered a little while back it was sort of came in and people were doing stuff with it in the multiplayer. Because that's where I encountered it when I was playing with another creator. Big shout out. Split in two. Yeah. Different style of video, much more polished than me. But then I'm sure if I was multiplayering and had someone to bounce off ideas off of, things would probably progress a bit quicker. So yeah, always work better when you've got a bit of a team with you to act as sort of a think tank, set of brakes on your own things, but also a motivator because you want to get things done for the team. So, whilst the other guys can't play, you're a lot more motivated to get the bit of the project done that they've left you with, sort of thing. Or at least I am. I mean, maybe I'm not normal. I know I'm not normal. Like, there is no definition of normal anyway. Normal is a very broad set of terms in the fact that you're normal if you subscribe to most of the rules. Like there's things you can do in life and there's things you can't, and you can stick out so far, but going beyond that, you're no longer between the bounds of normal. It's not necessarily a state that you can really aim towards. In fact, striving toward being normal would probably be a bit weird. You're normal if you don't. If you're just yourself. Like, I suppose being true to yourself, that should be normal. Everyone should be that. I don't know. It's tough call, isn't it? So all a bit ethereal and crazy. Is it the realm of the priest? Who knows? I don't go to church. I'm not that religious. I think the closest I get to religion is fate, Mother Nature, Murphy's Law. I don't know. What can go wrong, Will? Like, it's a bit terrible, really. I basically follow the Christian set of rules, but as for going to church and stuff, it's never really been me. I just don't find it in any way personally reassuring. I'd rather be out in the woods, which is why I'd say Mother Nature's probably more like my God, a bit pagan. Maybe I'm a dinosaur. Maybe that's why I like playing out of War. I'm sat out here in the woods doing something. I always like just wandering around in games, the old school games like Oblivion and Skyrim, for example. They're a nice walk in the woods. Even Minecraft's got a certain amount of that. So yeah. I like walking out in the woods in the summer in real life, but due to the state of my physical condition, walking outside in the cold at the moment isn't. I like being there, don't get me wrong, but it's just not very good for me. I use too many calories I can't replace and a few things, so my circulation isn't so hot. It's a bit tough on my lungs when it's damp. In fact, if it got colder, I'd probably be out more, because when the air's dry, I'm actually a bit better off. Salicylates don't float in dry air, so I don't have to breathe them, because being out in plants is great, but they produce salicylates. So if I go near certain plants when I'm out walking down in the river, I'll get an instant headache. It's just the way things are. Yeah. Still, one aim for this year is to get out a bit more, so maybe I'll get some footage from some other places, like down by river and out and about in beautiful places. You come across just cool random things like waterfalls that are built in certain ways, and even now I come across things like that locally that, having walked around for most of my life, I still haven't done it all yet. So if you're lacking challenge in your life, just look close to home and say, oh, I haven't walked that footpath, because footpaths need to be walked to stay open. Something a lot of people don't realize. It's not like a legal thing or anything. It's just the fact that stuff grows over it. But if you walk it, it doesn't grow, so it stays open. As in, you can walk along it open rather than authority is shut it, because that does happen. Yeah, it probably seems weird going back over there to cut that out to load out the dumper, but I could have just turned around and put it straight in a hopper. At the same time, I need to open this area up a bit, so cutting this bit out is going to help me out when I come to take out the rest of this bit of the coal. So, plus I want the wash plants running, so I've got to scoop some pay dirt into it. Otherwise, it's just sat there processing coal, and we're running at 50%. I only got one output ejecting. That isn't right. So yeah, that ain't right. Such a mess today. I apologise for my utter state, but there was nothing I could do. I walked out of the door of my room and got a face full and get basically game over. So yeah. We have an extractor fan. Turn it on. I mean, really, like. I know I was angry about it. But Jesus, just open the extractor fan and turn it on. You know. That's what. That's probably what cooked my brain, is the simplicity of in avoiding giving me 2 days of hell of migraine, which is what I'm halfway through at the moment. But we'll get there. You see, fuel low again. That's kind of annoying. Good timing on the autosave. Thinking for a dump hopper, I could get away with one that's made of only 2, not 4, but we shall see. Now I can either... I haven't bought one. I don't know what it looks like. So I'm going to buy one and see what it looks like. It's time to bring in the fuel truck, and we'll find out whether it can get up that slope or not. Because that'll be an interesting test. That looks like about a 45-degree angle of fairly rolled, but still rough ground. So we'll give this a shot. Builders can fold that menu up, right? There we go. That's the reflection I keep catching in the corner of my eye. Interesting. Okay, so the paints are in grey and black. I don't mind that. It's diesel. Half of a fuel tanker truck, and I haven't even spent $1,000 on diesel. I remember the days when the diesel costs in this game would nearly bankrupt you. So I'm just doing up my jacket because I'm getting a bit cold. The cloud is coming over, and I think the rain's arriving. It's not particularly good weather here at the moment, hence a slightly grey look of the light coming in. Okay, that's better. Okay. Draw that back a bit, so it's not in the corners of my vision and giving me eye ache. Yeah, it's pretty much all of the symptoms of a hangover is salicylate intolerance, by the way. So if you wake up feeling like you've been out on the town and you definitely weren't, then yeah, this moves. Ooh, these haul roads are going to be fun, I think. Okay, yeah, we can go with it. It looks like a toy. The tank just doesn't look right though, does it? Yeah. Going to need some paint here, I'm afraid. Which ones am I going to want though? White might be a suitable one, but I do like this green forest colour. I like that one. Okay. I'm going to take the light grey as well. So yeah, painting wise, go into equipment, go down to the bottom menu. You got three here. You got black, and then you got grey, and then you got grey. Currently, I don't see the difference between those. And that looks like the bottom of the bodywork. That looks like the bottom of the bodywork. That looks like the top of the bodywork. Okay, so I want my green forest paint. Well, it looks better than it did. Take the light grey down low and put the black in for... Yeah, that's a bit better anyway. I think the tank should be a separate one. Just check that the... No, okay. But it's got an inventory for storing stuff, so I'm going to pack some of the extra stuff into this vehicle's inventory, really. Stuff I'm not using. That'll do for the moment. And since it performs so well when driving around, I know what I'm taking exploring now. Though I could buy one of the 4x4 pickups. There's potential in this. There's potential. Need to get some other players in to make it truly fun, but we'll get there. Should probably put the flooring back in over that before doing that. Hey, Mr. JP's a nutcase. Alright, let's get some more stuff into this processor, since one side of it is stopped. The far side, I suspect. I think I'm going to modify that hopper again in a minute. Yeah, before I load up the dumper too much, I'm going to modify that hopper so it doesn't sit there spilling all the time. So yeah, just that. Even though judging by that sound effect, it may well be. Why are they so loud? Yeah, there we go. Just turned down my volume a little. I'm feeling particularly fragile. Going to put some additional flooring at this end for the section the dumper's going to use, so it goes straight off into the hoppers rather than sort of hitting those slopes on that position. And the dumper is appears to be about 4 blocks wide. So if we put those in so they're just over onto the next block, that should allow that. Say like that. And like that. Tell you what, we don't need that M1 on there. And this is how I design stuff, by the way. I'm not some kind of scientist. I just build stuff, break it down, build stuff, break it down. And because I play a lot of Space Engineers, this is sort of the standard kind of routine in that. You build it, you break it, you build it, you break it. One thing, try that. There we go. Get rid of the equipment, get rid of the vehicles, back to the buildings. See, I do have concretes for making nicer hoppers, so the hopper design may change. There's 2 concrete roofs. I wonder what the difference is. Okay. One's smooth concrete and the other isn't, by the looks of that. Yeah. Polished concrete or concrete. They were both in the same menu for a minute. There's some bugginess there. No? If we use the right one, it might help. Yeah. Okay. Some kind of bug in that. See, I'm looking at one block, I'm looking at the next block over, and I think that little difference is going to be the difference between the back wheels of the dumper going in and the back wheels of the dumper hooking up and tilting it over on a 45-degree angle and spilling stuff everywhere. Of course, with the loader close to the hopper, you don't have to use the dumper. As I say, this is sort of the role play thing coming in. Just take that round on the right angle. We'll see if we can take another chunk out of this face. No, it's a bit more out. Take it like that. Little bit at a time. Slowly but surely eat a hole in it all. Because I think I have been overloading the dumper, there's no denying it. Guilty as charged of overloading the dumper. If this was reality, that rear axle would be a U-shape. I would have bent it. It would have folded up, probably. One of those videos for destroying heavy machinery. I reckon this is the only way to go about it, so I might get the excavator in and extend that so that I can put some flooring in and make it smooth. That went well. Not. Gonna have to remove those side railings. My plan has been thwarted. These are 6 wide, and that means that I may have to think of something. Well, yeah, just gonna have to go for it like that and see what happens, I guess. I don't really need to worry about money or losses. I suspect there's quite a lot of stuff piling up in the machinery. Yeah. Not funny. There we go. Oh yeah, a bit of explanation. I can now tip in from any direction because I've got a feeling I can tip over those slope bits. So I can test to see whether the slopes make a difference, that kind of thing. I am experimenting right now. Also think I'm finally starting to get a little hungry, so might have to take a little break to sort that out, get some toast. Just go check the stream again. Yeah. I have lost my watcher. Oh well. No one watching at the moment, but check my messages and then one comes in. friend of mine's makes chainmail. I'm just checking his photo of what he's done. Okay. Let's see if I can reverse this onto this side, because this side's built for it. It doesn't have that slope on it. I'm kind of worried that's gonna. Yeah, I think it did. But we'll see. This at least will land straight on hoppers, so that should get everything going. I definitely saw power to land on that outer hopper, so should all be good. I like that forest green on that truck, better than the black. Black made it look like something from the Addams Family. That looks kind of full. Just messaging a friend back. Okay, that's that sorted. Sorry. Big fingers, wrong Windows key. There we go. Ah, well, on the bright side, I'll be able to refuel it. I'm going to have to get some video editing software and record some shorts, aren't I? But got out of it, so does it count as a crash? I just drove off the step. This thing does rampage well. Who needs the kill dozer? Next time it's the kill dumper. Oh, like stuff in the American media. There are things out there that, was pretty dark, are pure genius. They're pure comedy genius, I'm afraid. Don't care how sensitive you are, it's funny, and I'm not giving up on it. Besides, most of dark humour is just pretty much about pointing out the obvious in a comedic way. It's probably getting around to time to bring the roller back in, get this sorted out. That looks pretty full. Let's be honest here. I got to add some more to that floor. Right, time to quickly do a sales pop. Yeah. Should probably look where I'm going. pay dirt in next. That's first on the list first, to be honest. So come in over here. Like that. Into here. There it is. Take this back and even it all up so I can start just carving a like chunk. Sorry, this is sort of tidy up cutting, so I'm picking my spot really. There we go. That was one heck of a crash as that vehicle went past. Guessing they were forced over far enough to find the sunken drain covers. I think we get one more in. And it probably is quicker to build the hopper to where you're working, and I may well start doing that again. We shall see. But this was a solution that was fast to a problem, which I guess is why they use them so much in industry, because it's nice and mobile. You don't need any infrastructure to support it in the face. Makes perfect sense. Just going to move that across a little so I can get in on that end that's there. we go. That's annoying. Just get into your rhythm and boom. Yeah, maybe I should do more maintenance. Sell it. Just sell it. There will be a lot more of that. I should really check that that's not overloaded, actually. Just going to check something there. Yeah, they are the other way around. Keep an eye on that. Built and the built turbo and the built ECU appear to be the other way around. Interesting. What else was I after? Wear plate, turbo, wear plate, and hydraulic hose. Seems to only apply to the turbos at the moment. Yeah, there's something wrong there. Okay, so gone, 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 gone. Okay. Here we go. Take out some of this unevenness. Make things work out a lot tidier. Give me a lot more room to work. Get the roller in. Tidy up a bit. Maybe let some machines process. Oh yeah, I was going to check that wasn't all clogged up. Okay. Get this lot going into the machinery before I do that though. Add a bit more flooring as well. Yeah. There we go. Boom, shake the room from that truck. Whole house rolled. That was kind of crazy. They're still doing their thing. Just check the production queue. Yeah. So they've got to work them up again anyway, really. They're not so badly off. Yeah, you see coal's already filling up again, so just drop that back off in there. That wasn't right. Like that. Okay. Excuse me a minute. I think I might just have to pop away from the PC and see what's going on. I can hear something going on. So I'll be back shortly. Should really start. I might stick the kettle on whilst I'm away, just to get ready for my coffee break. But yeah. Excuse me a minute. That's what I mean by uncool. Now, where were we? Mining, of course. That's what I mean. I can't concentrate on anything in my life without something like that happening. And it's made it very difficult over the years. Probably partially why I'm trying to stay quite dedicated to the streaming is because when you constantly have to break your life to do something else, it after a while becomes frustrating. And that's all it is, because there's no option here. It's got to be done. Still carry on streaming, carry on playing a bit longer, and then sort my life out, do something else for a bit. Variety is the spice of life. That's something else. Will probably be sorting out the kitchen by the look of what I saw down there. But hey, that's life, and other people make a mess and you have to tidy it up. Story of the world. Well, story of the United Nations in the 90s. Skating on thin ice there, JP. But hey, like the meme says, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Currently waiting for my adrenaline to wind down from that one. Normally there was a lot more noise, but I think it's because my dad was basically there. Oh, so spillage is working, it just isn't that tool anymore. Okay. does stop spilling stuff all over the place though. That's one thing this dumper method is doing. So I can live with that. He says as it all spills off the sides of the dumper. But what I mean is it doesn't leave lumps when you're reversing. If you drive around Ford, it might be a different game. Not sure on that one. There we go. So yeah, there wasn't as much coal going through anymore, but that's to be expected from what's being dug out. I think I'll park this over here this time. No, just come back a bit because there's definitely a line somewhere there where, yeah, it's starting to go too far uphill. This should smoothen it all up a bit anyway. this will work quite quickly. Just a little experiment. Yeah, it's got a relatively quick turnaround. Yeah, I might stop using the dumper and just go back to just having a very small amount of vehicles on the map. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that one. And on whether to make the content subscriber only. As I say, that's more about tailoring the content to the subscribers than anything else. Just varying it up, really. Doing these things that are options there in the channel. May as well try and use all the settings, right? It's about testing gaming. May as well test YouTube as well. See what it can do. See what I can do. Where can I go? What can I do? Might go around the tank museum again. I haven't been around Bovington in a long time. I think I'm going to have to make the entire hopper vertically wider. I think that's going to be the only way to do it. Get rid of this sort of paranoia. That means putting... live with the fact if there's losses, there's losses. Doesn't matter, just keep pouring it in. This machine's definitely getting moved down the hill and expanded. Gonna have the 6-way. That's why I prefer a smooth mounted hopper. I don't like catching little walls. Yeah, I need to drive better, obviously, but you know what I mean. As long as I can keep all the drums spinning, we're all good. But, I suspect that this equipment's now so loaded up that so yeah, just keep digging. keep the wash plants going a little bit. Grab another load of coal. Make sure the coal section carries on. It's all about keeping it even to keep maximum production per second, really. In respect to the machines, not in respect to my digging. So much will go in on the conveyors, and if everything's working at once, it's much better off. Actually is getting dark now. Should take a break. Bad for my eyes, bad for my migraine. Yeah, when I do finish up this stream, I'm going to leave the game going and let this machine process, because there's so much in those crafting tables. It's like 200 minutes worth or something. It's ridiculous. So yeah, got to leave it running for a couple of hours if you want to clear those out. Still, made a little bit of a hole, I think. Tidied it up. Be ready for dropping down through the next layer soon. Take out this floor I'm driving on. Go down another one. Probably only bother going down 2 blocks on the next one. Just because it goes uphill towards the back, so you end up needing more height on the loader the further you go in. But hopefully at that point we'll find the stone layer and start making some real profits. I could have found some lithium or something to dig out at first, or something like that. To be honest, with the width of cut I put in and the way these coal seams were concentrated, I expected to find a little expensive item wedged between them somewhere, but obviously not. Grab a bit of that. Grab a bit of this. It's going to get all of the dump hoppers running at once. Probably suffer a memory leak and crash the game now, but that was a load of mud. As that. That's the back of that coal seam. Cool. I think this is pay dirt more than mud, but still. When it's heavy, it doesn't slow down as well as when it's empty. Remember. put this back over at this end, because this is where it makes the difference, really, I think. And it's out the way on a smoothish bit of ground. So just because I'm going to be probably after I've finished, before I next start up a live stream, I'll take the roller over this lot because it's boring and long and not very interesting to watch. I have to do something whilst these are running and processing, so just go and check out what's going on down here. See, it doesn't take long to fill up one of these boxes. Get that into there. Get those in full working fettle. There we go. Because if I go to sleep, at least if I go to sleep with the game on, it will have run through all. These are an hour and a half each, so 90 minutes times 5, 450 minutes. Yeah, about 7.5 hours to run the whole lot. Hopefully the machinery up there is all full of pay dirt, so we should all be good. What I might do, because of what happened last time, though, is I'm going to empty this lot out of here, like that. So now it's however much is in there on the free roll, as in how much I've backfilled. We'll just see how much, what kind of quantity there is. It'd be interesting. So, yeah. May as well do one of the quests for charcoals. And gives a load of cash. Right ho. Well, I think we're going to leave that there because I think I need a break and to do a couple of things. So yeah. Thanks very much for joining me, everybody. Sorry I'm not my normal flamboyant self. And I shall hopefully be back in a couple of hours with some more grind, I guess. I might get the excavator in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what goes on. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. If you have, thank you for subscribing, and feel free to leave comments, suggestions, you name it, really. There is a Discord somewhere with links under some of the videos. And yeah, hopefully see you again soon. Look after yourselves, and bye for now. Take me a second to turn the stream off. And there we go.